Hey everybody, welcome back to James Draws Everything, drawing every country in the world's flag. Continuing our series today, we are going into the former Soviet Union, and we are going to be doing Estonia. Okay, so Estonia sits in the Baltic region, and when the Soviet Union collapsed, that resulted in a pretty big increase in liberty for that part of the world. You know, big increase in freedom, but it resulted in a big decrease in geography test scores, because all of a sudden you got to remember all these new countries on the map that you didn't have to remember before. So I'll give you a little tip though, for the Baltics, not the Balkans. The Balkans is the former Yugoslavia. For the Baltic countries, they go in alphabetical order. Okay, so they go alphabetical, north to south. It starts with Estonia, then south of that is Latvia, and then south of that is Lithuania. So little trick to help you remember things there. So yeah, James draws everything. James helps everyone. So remember that when you're if you ever got to remember that for your geography tests or whatever. And this is a pretty easy flag to do, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Give you a little bit of history of Estonia as I'm going in and just coloring in these bars. It's just a simple tricolored flag. Estonia, for a very long time, Middle Ages kind of into modernity, there's centuries of Danish, Swedish, German, and Russian rule. And most recently Russian. Estonia, they did achieve independence in 1918 from the Russian Empire, and that was a pretty bad time to achieve independence if you were in that block, in that neck of the woods, because as you've seen with like some of its neighbors, the Soviet Union gobbled them up almost instantly. So Estonia does become part of the Soviet Union, the Estonian SSR, Soviet Socialist Republic, but they actually held on a little bit longer than most. They were not absorbed into the Soviet Union until 1940. Okay, and that was a move that was not internationally recognized. I know the United States did not recognize the annexation of Estonia, which is kind of weird because, you know, we did team up with Stalin in World War II, but that's a whole nother topic, so we're not going to get into that. Estonia was one of the kind of key countries in that kind of fostered the collapse of the Soviet Union. They kind of delegitimized communism in the global eye, yes, the international community. Estonia, they did it peacefully. They did it by singing songs. So kind of like what was that that thing in the 80s where all the pop stars sang for Africa, and Africa's still kind of in the same shape, but what was it, Hands Around the World or whatever. We are the world, we are the children, all that stuff. Estonia did that, but with Estonian folk songs and national pride songs. So if you know anything about communism, you know the Soviet Union was not just Slavs or Russian people. It was a massive empire that stretched, you know, more than halfway across the planet. And a lot of these smaller countries like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, you want to get into the stands, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Moldova, Belarus, they all had their own kind of ethnic identities. They're not Russians. So those kind of songs and national symbols were banned under Soviet communism. So as a display of, you know, solidarity, not Polish solidarity, not the movement, actual solidarity, they sang songs. And the Soviet Union collapsed in, you know, 1990, 1991. Estonia does become internationally recognized, I guess you would call it, as a sovereign state. And things have been pretty much looking up ever since the fall of communism for Estonia. A lot of technology comes out of Estonia. Hotmail, Kazaa, that all originated there. And they do have one of the highest GDPs per capita. It's a very wealthy country. A lot of lakes in that area, a lot of water. Estonia is not just the land there. There's a lot of islands too. They are a Baltic country, but they kind of act like they're Norse sometimes as well, like a Scandinavian country. So let's see here. That's it for the flag. Estonia. And because this is a simple one, you know how I always treat you guys. I always treat you guys, my fans, my subscribers who also like and comment. I always treat you guys well. I always give you guys a little bit of bonus content. So we're going to do a little bit of that. And yeah, so just before I kind of hit up the bonus content, I just want to talk about what the flag's about. So the blue is faith, loyalty, devotion, also skies and lakes. The black stands for the rich soil and the dark past and suffering of the Estonian people. The white stands for enlightenment, virtue, and also the birch bark of the trees, the snow, and the summer. Kind of a lot of stuff there for 3 colors, but yeah, that's Estonia. So this design kind of reminds me of something. So I'm just gonna start drawing something real quick here. And you know, we were speaking about technology before, right? Remember Kazaa? Remember downloading songs and praying that the FBI doesn't break into your house, bust in through the windows, and arrest you for illegally downloading Metallica songs in the early 2000s? Yeah, those were the good old days. But this Estonian flag kind of reminds me of like some early 2000s fashion. So let's just work something up real quick here. We're not gonna create a masterpiece or anything, but this color scheme definitely reminds me of something you would have seen in the early 2000s. All right, so early 2000s, if you looked in any Sears catalog, or that's a name from the past, Sears, or any kind of clothing, right? You saw this pattern on shirts a lot, right? Like that tricolor. So I'm just gonna kind of give them a watch here. You know, that sort of Aeropostale, American Eagle, Old Navy type of stuff. And then maybe you could buy the knockoff from Walmart. So we got early 2000s chic to go along with our Kazaa. Let's just put his hands in his pockets there. He's got khakis on or something. So, and this is the everyman, right? Everybody knows a guy who looks like this, huh? You know, this guy, he's your son's basketball coach. He owns the local grocery store. Maybe you see him at church. You wave hi to him when he's mowing his lawn. He's the everyman, right? Is he the Estonian everyman? I don't know. Put that in the comments. But yeah, almost every polo shirt, or like not fancy, but like business casual, you know, you could get away with wearing this at work and going out on the town. They were rocking these Estonian style shirts, right? So now Estonia, I actually didn't do my homework enough, and I should have. I don't know when they adopted this flag, if it was used in 1918 or whenever they originally became a sovereign state, or if they developed it in 91. But either way, you know, they were kind of ahead of the curve here, you know, predicting early 2000s fashion. And I guess it makes sense, since Estonia, you know, they were on the forefront of the technology boom. So it would only make sense, right, that they're also on the forefront of cutting edge fashion. So let's just quick and dirty here, color in this guy. Yeah, he is a this guy. Everybody knows a guy like this. I think pretty much every person I hung out with in the early 2000s went through one of these phases, myself included. And to top it off, let's just give him some nice Old Navy khakis. Does Old Navy still exist? I think it does. Can't even tell you the last time I was in one of those. Alright, so you know this pattern, the Estonian flag, the early 2000s men's fashion design here. You know what, these shirts too, they probably also had like some very fine like fabric lines going through them. Alright, just to kind of break up the monotony a little bit. So this guy's looking pretty sharp. Again, he's this guy. You've seen this guy everywhere. He's every generic stock photo. He is the everyman. Let's give him some hairy arms. There we go. And then maybe we'll just give it a little bit of depth here. Just to pop that skin tone off the page a little bit. Alright, everybody. That's, you know what? Actually, never mind. Hold on, everyone. 1 second here. He's got to color that hair in. He's probably got blonde tips too. Let's just imagine that part. It's too late for me to draw that. But all right, everybody. That is Estonia. That is the Estonian everyman rocking that early 2000s men's fashion. And let me know what you think. Did you ever look like this? Put it in the comments. Also, don't forget to like in addition to your comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next video.